compare the protest law to the American and the French and the British laws. Let's compare our constitution to these constitutions. And let's hope that if the protest law, as they say, it's better than these constitutions, let's hope this committee, distinguished committee, to achieve a constitution compared to these other constitutions and even better from them. I'm not asking for better, I'm asking for matching a constitution for them on the levels of the freedom, on the levels of the economic, social rights, on the levels of the individual rights, on the levels of the state definitions by itself. I mean, it's unacceptable in the year 2013 to talk back again, as Mr. Ahmed said, to talk about a theocratic state or a religious state or whatever. Egypt is a diverse society. Yes, we do have two major religions there, but we are diverse. I mean, look back 30, 40, 50 years ago, the society was very diverse, so there was so many people from different backgrounds living there in harmony and peace. And we started to have all the troubles now we're facing, accompanied by the rise of the Islamists in the society. So this is a lesson we have to learn from the history. A constitution is a constitution for everyone who lives under the flag of this nation, every Egyptian. So it must take care of every single individual, regardless what is his race, his color, his gender, his religion, or whatever ideas he take care for. These are the principles, and had to be clearly mentioned and clearly stated. And really, I don't understand the whole argument taking all these long time. These are basics, these are principles. So
the committee's agenda is reaching agreement on the new constitution's preamble, and this has also been into debate and
I don't know how long it will take, or if it will be accepted by a respectable majority. My consolation is, if it doesn't, the only outlet will be a constitutional declaration putting back the 1971 constitution temporarily in charge, because this cannot go on like this. If, let's say, in the referendum the constitution is dumped or passed by a small majority, the whole colonialist world will be on top of us, saying that they are disfranchising half of the nation. You see, they are preventing the peaceful, poor Muslim Brotherhood from voting. We are preventing them from killing, from burning, yes, and we will always do it. But to call them peaceful and to call them citizens, they are not. They burn the flag in their demonstration. And if you burn your country's flag, it's not your country. The Muslim Brotherhoods, to them, Egypt is not a country, it's a place of residence.
Definitely.
Yeah, members of Brotherhood Organization, right. The Shura Council, Mr. Farid, it has returned back to the scene.
Yeah.
Why, with some parties, actually advocated that this chamber would be kept?
Actually, again, the argument must be taken another level, to be taken to another level or to another dimension. What we really need, what we really want. Do we want a single chamber legislation system, parliamentary system? That would be okay. It happens and it goes in some countries. Is that the best thing for us? We have to decide that. Do we need a two-chamber parliamentary system? We have to discuss it and see it. But the idea of putting this, putting that, and by the end of the day we get I'm looking for a proper word for that. But it's the constitutions is not made like that. The constitutions is not making by shares. I give you your share, Mr. Ahmed share, my share. No, it must be a holistic thing, a generic thing, a document with the rights and the duties for the people, and that's it.
Rights and duties of the people, definitely, because it's the book according to which we are going to work for years to come, from the eyes of a lawyer.
As a lawyer, I can tell you, the best thing for Egypt would be two-chamber parliament, not Majlis Shura, this present, without any specifications, without any authority, but to pay some people money and privileges. No. The Shuyukh Council, the Senate of the old days of Farouk, it was two chambers with equal rights of legislation. There's one single difference. The Senate cannot withdraw confidence from the government, and the government cannot dissolve the Senate. The Chamber of Deputies can withdraw the confidence from the government, but the government can dissolve it. So they're equal. But all the mess of legislations we are living in since the military rule has come was due to the fact that laws are being cooked overnight. When it's two chambers with two equal rights, one finishes, the other starts to review it. Whoever member of whichever council can present his suggestion to his council. So there's time to have respectable studied laws, not this mess of legislations you will see. And you see yourself.
It's
yesterday, the law comes today, let's review it.
The political situation also definitely reflects on the economy.
Yeah.
And in a way or another, on tourism definitely as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In what way do you think that things are going to be on track economic-wise, and how far will the protest law help tourism?
In such current way, it won't help at all. What we, again, let's get it back again. We need, it's a necessity to have a social peace. We need to have social order. There is a referendum coming by the end of this month. We need to keep it peacefully, civilized, and make it and move on. We need to move into a further stage. This requires achieving peace and security. But to achieve peace and security with such measures, the government, the problem of the current government, that they're very reluctant. They take a lot of time in hesitation. And when they make a decision, they make it in a hurry and they rush without enough studies. We see that in the minimum wage law. We see that in the maximum wage law. We see that in the protest law.
That was a popular demand by the people to regulate the protests after the people complained of the anarchy and of what the Brotherhood organization had carried out acts of sabotage on the street. People need peace.
Ma'am, let me ask my friend, is there a way to deal with the Brotherhood but force?
Sir, I'm talking.
Isn't there a way to regulate those protests? Isn't this happening all around the world?
Yes. What I'm talking about. I'm talking about two issues. The first issue is the behavior of the current government. The current government is really hesitating. Government, it's really taking a long time in relucting. And when they issue a decision, they issue it in a hurry without enough studying. And what I'm talking about this behavior, that they stay for a long time in sense of they probably lost, and when they issue a decision, they issue it in a hurry without enough studying. This happened in the minimum wage law, in the maximum wage law, in the protest law. So this is a general
Talking about wages and the
thing.
economy, let's see more about this report with Lina Hasaballah that shows us more about the performance of the stock market. We'll be back.
Stock market indexes decreased by almost 0.5%, and experts say that this is completely natural due to the closing of major trading sessions for the end of the month.
Today is a very low in liquidity. We are talking about 200 million. It's very healthy to decrease in index. We reach for measured points, we have 6,400, and we are now lower, we reach till 6,176. All the week was fluctuated between selling and buying between foreigner, Egyptian, and local. But for today, local are buying, and foreigner and Arab are selling.
بدأ السوق النهارده على انخفاض طفيف الصراحة مش كبير.
Today the market started with a lower decrease than yesterday. It decreased about 25 points and started to stabilize at that level. The reasons for this decrease are several. It might be because of the closing of the end of the month by financial centers and institutions, so they're not buying as much. Another reason could be purely technical, meaning the index was at 6,500 points. It couldn't move up any further, so it naturally went through a correction phase.
المؤشر ابتدى يدينا مؤشرات ضعف في أدائه من منطقة 6500 عدم